True, true. It's a pandemic, yo. Every man a eat green, no lettuce. Back some new funny lot. No credit score, pay it off full cash. Yo, man a real time chopper, just cop a new BM. I did double, we not take no else. Tell you back a girl, if you bring it top shelf. She want fuck pussy when me can charge.
Can you hear me? Loud and direct, yo. It's the Butters Basic Show every Sunday, 2 to 3 p.m. here at DTF Radio. For all those that didn't know, my name is Butter. You can follow me at Gazebo, Gazzebo. That's 2 Z's so you don't sleep. 11210, because I'm a Brooklyn girl all day, every day, sitting here with my guests. But I'm gonna lituate the situation a little bit with the artist Seratu. Got this new joint called Bandemic, and I hope you enjoy. I'm gonna run it back one more time.
Had a Portland down, you know. Yeah, bro. Serrano.
I'm bad company, I know company. Cash up and cash out. Touch a crime on the trap phone.
It's a pandemic, yo. Every man a eat green, no lettuce, yo. Box up a new funny lot. No credit score, pay it off full cash. True, true. It's a pandemic, yo. Every man a eat green, no lettuce. Box up a new funny lot. No credit score, pay it off full cash. Yo, man a real time chopper, just cop a new BM. I did double, we not take no else. Tell you back a girl, if you bring it top shelf. She want fuck pussy when me can't charge. True, lifestyle, that a my style. Thick and like green money like Wi-Fi. Take some land like I tide. Big Benz outside, that am I right? It's a pandemic, yo. Every man a eat green, no lettuce, yo. Box up a new funny lot. No credit score, pay it off full cash. True, true. It's a pandemic, yo. Every man a eat green, no lettuce, yeah. Box up a new funny lot. No credit score, pay it off full cash. Look at you, 17, roll out in a Porsche. On the black web, me tell the chop course. Him a make more money than the mom and dad. Soon got 6 figures in down. My girl does a say he cool them, but him not stopping. Straight telegram text, no WhatsApping. Feds them a pretty IG, one locking, but I hear him a do it and them still can't catch him. It's a pandemic, yo. Every man a eat green, no lettuce, yo. Box up a new funny lot. No credit score, pay it off full cash. True, true. It's a pandemic, yo. Every man a eat green, no lettuce. Box up a new funny lot. No credit score, pay it off full cash. It's a pandemic, every girl a make cash too. She not fi buy pon your nuts like cashew. Only fans, every girl a make PH. Don't feel shame for your bills and pay. She just a do what she been a do long time. Only thing now she a get paid. Tired fi clocking her work and save. Wanna make your money, make sure you save. It's a pandemic, yo. Every man a eat green, no lettuce, yo. Box up a new funny lot. No credit score, pay it off full cash. True, true. It's a pandemic, yo. Every man a eat green, no lettuce. Box up a new funny lot. No credit score, pay it off full cash. True, true. It's a pandemic. It's a pandemic. It's a pandemic. It's a pandemic. It's a pandemic, yo. Every man a eat green, no lettuce, yo. Box up a new funny lot. No credit score, pay it off full cash. True, true. It's a pandemic, yo. Every man a eat green, no lettuce. Box up a new funny lot. No credit score, pay it off full cash. True, true.
Hello.
I know you guys like what you've been hearing here at the Butters Basic Show. That's the artist Seratu. Follow him at Seratu Music. I'm doing like a no kill a nigga music type of vibe for the show because, like, you know, it's the anger management for the diaspora, and I ask artists to send me some music that doesn't involve killing each other. Like, you know, let's maybe we could kill everybody else at some point besides anybody that looks like you. You know, it's so funny to me. Like, we'll kill everybody that's us in a music, but nobody that don't look like us. Or like, yo, Zimmerman, you're still alive?
It's baffling. It's baffling.
It's wild as hell. Like, yo, people, they walk people out to go eat Burger King in bulletproof vests.
Okay.
But we over here talking about killing each other. It's wild as fuck. Please believe it. Yo, got some dope guests coming through today. Hey, what the? Excuse me, everybody. That's Juicy, the associate producer over there on the replay, listening to the sound system. Yo, our guest today in the building goes by the name of Julius Caranda. Please say hi.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for
Don't
having
be shy. Is this your first time on radio?
me. Maybe. Maybe.
You can tell the truth.
I've been on a couple podcasts, but this might be the first.
What do they usually have you on for?
It was like kind of like a friends that had a podcast.
Just want you to come shoot the breeze.
That's it.
I'm interested in what you're about. You know, when I found you, I'm like, this brother looks like he's about like positivity. He's like a part of something called the Gentleman's Factory, which I'm like astounded by. Like, yo, you didn't decide to be a part of a fraternity, but you decided to create a fraternal situation amongst brothers. Can you tell us some more about the Gentleman's Factory that you joined?
Yeah. So, Gentleman's Factory was started by Jeff Lindor out in. He's a Brooklyn native. Essentially, the Gentleman's Factory was primarily started for men of color, specifically black men to come together, professional black men to come together and like bond, socialize. So it's like part social club, but then it kind of evolved into something even I would say even more than just a social club, where where brothers are just now even like getting into business with each other. That's something I was able to do. I was able to connect with a fellow GF member, and we started this business called Uplift Communities. It's an education consulting company. And
Education consulting, like for the school system?
for the school system, I mean, we primarily work with schools, but we're open to everybody. We have clients, from just the average people that just need help in like developing their professional career, professional development. We do, we work with colleges, specifically a couple of CUNY schools like John Jay College, BMCC.
And you're a professor too, aren't you?
Professor at BMCC.
I think that's so dope.
Yeah.
One thing I saw one thing that I noticed more so in the pandemic situation was the educational system was asking for, previous to this, for more black men to be educators.
Yeah.
Was there a shortage that, everybody just didn't know about?
Yeah. So interesting thing. I mean, just I don't. I like to put things in historical context. I'm a little bit of a historian. So Malcolm Gladwell had a podcast a couple months ago, and he talked about just the history of black teachers, right? So Malcolm Gladwell did this. His research on Brown versus Board of Education. So Brown versus Board of Education, for those who don't know, was a Supreme Court case, landmark Supreme Court case that essentially ended segregation. That separate but equal clause. So so it allowed black children and white children to go to school together, and we all know that was like
A big deal,
big deal.
And not too many years ago.
Right, exactly. It was in the in the 50s, right? So it was a very celebrated case. But what we don't know is that as a result of that, a lot of black teachers lost their jobs.
I didn't know that. You
Yeah.
would think that black teachers would have been more incorporated into the situation.
No.
Wouldn't you think that?
No, so what they essentially did, they had the black kids be, I guess, engulfed into the white schools, and as a result, all the black teachers that were teaching these children lost their jobs, and that had a effect on how black people approach teaching. That's a whole industry that we were kind of we weren't taught to go into after so long of just being only black children had black teachers. Now, so that in and of itself, had a ramification that we still see today, where we don't even see. So we do see, some black female teachers, but that's still not even as much as our counterparts, our white counterparts, and then we definitely don't see many black male teachers. So that's something. My mom and my aunt, they were both teachers, so I grew up in a household full of teachers.
Oh, wow. So you had no choice but to learn.
Yeah, education was definitely something that was promoted.
That was like the standard.
Yeah, for sure. So, but like I said, I think there's a historical context in this country where, because of circumstances, because where we don't see as many black male teachers.
Do you think that, that education is something that is distorted at this point and needs to be reformulated to distribute?
Yeah, 100%. I 1,000% agree. I think the education system right now is very, it's in an interesting space. Like, I think society has evolved and is evolving in a very rapid place, in part due to technology. And I don't think the education system has caught up with it. I think, you have so many, every child, every person is different. They have their own unique strengths and weaknesses. And I think to have everybody take these standardized tests or be able to, have them do these certain things is doesn't really make too much
So
too
like
sense.
everything that they might have had in place before, like a SAT.
Right.
What else did we used to take back in the days? Everybody knows.
Regents.
ACT,
Regents,
the
you know,
regents.
And I used to be so happy coming home with my regents of 97, 98s, and like, okay, great, you're great at reading, you're great at writing. You might not be so great at math, and like, I'm like, right now, the kids are not that enthused about sitting home and being on the computer for education. Like, I've seen some wild things happen that the internet, it always wins.
Oh,
It's always
for
winning.
sure.
Like, especially when you want to see something entertaining. What I've been seeing is kids making fun of stay-at-home learning.
yeah.
And I don't know who reposts the things that the kids have experienced, and maybe it's the teachers. Like, I've seen everything from a Zoom room of a teacher with like 6 kids, and the teacher like blasts off with a fart, trying to blame the kids. Like,
I swear,
and
that was
I've
funny.
seen naked parents walking around in the back. Like, everything's a distraction. And I feel like, the main distraction right now of what's going on, delving into matters at hand outside of education. Would you ever get into a political arena? Like, have you seen how, and I've asked kids how they felt about what's happening with politics and whatnot, and they're always like, well, this guy's a racist, and this, like, the things that we're learning by watching TV. What would happen, you think, if they took TV away or took internet away at this point in time? Like, does anyone read books anymore?
I think we're evolving into a new form of, like, I think we're a new form of education, a new form of people like learning. I don't think I think kids now,
You could be frank too, because shit is weird right now, kid. Like, it's really, really weird right now. This is the platform for the unknown to get known, and the anger management for the diaspora. We can't just act like shit is regular right now. It's highly irregular right now.
Right.
Parents are at home working from home and strangling kids. Not to you.
Okay.
And kids want to strangle parents.
Yeah.
And you see so many instances of more violence happening online, being projected for people to be able to see. It's almost like a normalization of violence. Aside from, well, we'll get into all that other stuff that's happening outside of the house, but inside the house, is it difficult, you think, for an educator to make themselves worthwhile via
Zoom.
Through screens? Yeah, no, I think there's definitely, it's difficult. Like, you need, what I really notice now, I think through the distance learning, I think is there, you really see the lack of resources in certain communities, right? So, like, if a kid doesn't already have an iPad or a laptop, or even has a parent that be able to sit with them for a certain amount of time during the day, they're already lacking. They're already falling behind. If you go to certain communities, they can do it. It's not going to be ideal, but they can still do online learning because they already have a laptop. They already have iPads at home. Let's say if a single mother has 4 children and there's only one laptop or one iPad in the home. How are you going to split those kids up? And they all in, we'll say one kid is in kindergarten, one kid is in the 3rd grade, one kid is in the 5th grade, one kid is in high school. How are they going to be able to all use this one or two platforms to do their online education? And that's something that for example, I forgot the name of the district, but a district out here in Brooklyn, one of the, we did a workshop, a Know Your Rights workshop for them a couple months ago, and the parent teacher coordinator, she called me a couple weeks back, and she was just telling me, she's like, you know, there's a gang of kids that in her schools that don't have iPads. They still can't even get online.
So the schools aren't giving out these resources?
They're supposed to be, but they're not getting. And the trip. Yeah.
Some of them don't even have the actual materials
Right.
to give to the students.
Right, and the tripped out thing is because the way the city works is supposed they prioritize it. They prioritize the actual students who are maybe in like foster care or something like that, or group homes, right? So that's all and well, because those kids should be also prioritized. But there's also children that are like they may not be homeless or they may not be in foster care, but they're living with their elderly grandmother, right? And the elderly grandmother, she doesn't know anything about an iPad.
Why won't grandma just cut the check?
Exactly.
Like, grandma cut the check. We calling Amazon for everything else, but
right. Grandma's on a fixed income. You know what I mean?
Dude,
She's
this
on
is
SSI.
like Social Security.
Thank you so much for
Right.
like going into the money part of things, because like, no, we don't expect government to solve our every issue, but right now, everybody's unemployed, kid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying you are. You might have a jobby job. All the ladies watching right now, he might have a jobby job. But what I am saying is, it feels like everybody's walking around pretending right now.
Yeah.
Pretending that everything's all good financially at home, like, and people are hungry.
Yeah.
You know, people are literally hungry. Like, yeah, you might see us at the bars because we need to get drunk to like,
Right.
to
But
maybe like
sisters
you feel
broke.
good, but people are walking around really not. I mean, it's not like we're farmers and we grow our own foods. And
Maybe we
you're
should.
seeing the prices of things going up, and resources. I said at the top of this pandemic, I felt like what I saw, because I'm kind of clairvoyant for everybody that didn't know, I feel like it is the beginning of a new age Holocaust, a new type of Holocaust, where even the Jews in Germany and Western Europe didn't realize that they were getting shipped off on a train until the trains came and took people and said, you know, we're just gonna go clean you up a little bit and clean you up in the gas chamber, motherfucker. Like, that's
Right.
what. And I'm not even gonna lie, I've been seeing on concentration camps being set up for COVID. I would call it like I see it.
That's what it looks like.
It looks like concentration camps being set up. It looks like the next regime that's moving into power is thinking, okay, so how do we get the people to be scared enough that they will surrender all rights to be safe? Our version of safe is what? I mean, the people that they're trusting in my eyes, and I'm sorry to put you in the middle of this, but the people that I see them trusting are people that have no relationship to us. Tell me if I'm wrong, but
Yeah.
is anybody here family with Bill and Melinda Gates?
Not at all.
So how come Miss Melinda Gates gets to be able to say who's gonna get a vaccine first? Who's, you know, Bill is he's in hella trouble in India with vaccinations that he already fucking massively gave out. Pfizer, which is a pharmaceutical company, is in hella lawsuits for vaccinations that they put together and other things that they were in trouble for too. Shit, even fucking Johnson & Johnson is in trouble for talcum powder.
Yep.
And how many of y'all in the Caribbean used to have whites up your neck
And back.
and your back and
bati.
all over your bati and pum pum got talcum
All
powder
the time.
all the time.
That's
like,
how you
yo,
know you're
son,
fresh.
we don't want to be living our lives in fear, but there is no white man in power that could make me feel safe or make my family feel safe or make the people around me feel safe. But we got to do something collective that empowers each other towards an understanding of how we can make each other be safe in this climate. Sorry to drag you into, but this is how I talk because I foresee beyond the wickedness, because it's a wicked situation, kid. And if nobody talks about it, we're all gonna just skip down a yellow brick road straight to hell.
Right, because we're blindly.
We're not in fucking Kansas
Right,
anymore, kid.
exactly.
Like it's wild because we had Agent Orange, and we have pedophile dementia, and we got to choose between the two lesser of two evils. But there is absolutely no lesser of two evils. I'm thankful.
If you evil, you evil.
If you're evil, you're evil. You know. I didn't want to tell everybody to make people upset, but like I took my mom to the polls so she could vote, and my household voted by ballot, early voting or whatever. And I just was like, yo, I can't even bring myself to choose. I really couldn't bring myself. I said, whatever this nation decides, I'm with the nation, and I'm gonna deal with whatever it is they dish out. I didn't feel like a part of this American dream, this voting period, and I couldn't do it. People fought for your right, and you can withhold it until you feel like they deserve it. The government deserves it. Mm-hmm. So, that's just my thoughts on it. I want to commend you on bringing yourself to a place where the brothers that you decided to go into a fraternal situation with of camaraderie, not through Greeks, and not through, a collegiate association or anything like that, but because you saw your community needing something that you guys together can give. It's not like, shout outs to all the brothers too that said, we're gonna get guns and we're not fucking around. Did you see that?
Yeah, I like that movement.
That's a cool movement. Cool.
I love that movement.
And shit. Lots of white people got guns and they teach their kids. When I say white people, I don't mean like just the common average white person walking around here in New York City, because the Northerners are very different from what the Southerners do. Mm-hmm. They actually wake their kids up to go to gun range. And you have seen on social media kids with guns getting trained by their parents on how to use them. Like, yo, you can sit back sometimes and wonder, who y'all training to use these guns against, son? Mm-hmm. How come and right now, the NRA is very quiet. You don't hear nothing about the fucking National Rifle Association talking shit. Yeah, you don't even hear them saying anything.
They actually get in the middle of a law. They're getting sued right now by the Attorney General, Letitia James in New York.
I was getting ready to say, I read that maybe like a week or so ago.
Yeah.
No, you can speak, Kimmy Kim. Go ahead, let me turn your mic up.
Yeah, we totally know when the lawsuits go into place, but it's the actual win.
Yeah.
And the saddest part is the average juror or even judge is going to vote in favor of the NRA, assuming and to see what they're actually doing.
Why would the average judge do that?
One, it's because they're probably gun owners themselves, or they actually are being bought into that same circumstance with the NRA. The NRA pays out a lot of lobbyists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're the reason why half of the laws protect them and not the citizens of. But even topper than that, you hear the movement of, let's get our guns and we're not fucking around. Who that helps? The NRA.
Right.
I'm saying,
everybody,
shouldn't everybody have the right to bear arms?
I thought that's why they wrote the Second Amendment.
So that's why that
lawsuit
have that right. With Letitia James, yes, I want her to put them on Front Street. Yeah, I want them to put their little fucking closet shit out. But the saddest part is, it's all about that win. And I don't see it
about the win?
About the win of her actually winning that lawsuit. I don't see it actually taking place. I see us going the mile.
Mm-hmm.
But not winning the race.
You know what I'm saying? That's just like we're right now in court for a wall, but instead of the body.
Dude, that guy is finishing his wall. You ain't hear that wall almost done? Either which way. We're going to take a short break, guys. It's the Butters Basic Show every Sunday, 2 to 3 p.m. I'm going to come back with some music. Let me see who I'm going to play. I'm going to play me some Rooftop Rep with a song called Role Model. Hope you enjoy. And don't forget that.
I forgot all about that.
Who am I to kill your dreams? You could be anything you want. Can't we? Hey, 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 hey. I'ma be that nigga you ride. I'ma be that nigga for real. Hey, I'ma be that nigga you want. I'ma be that nigga you feel. Hey, rolling with the top down, throw a couple bands out, screaming nothing in life for free. Gotta work hard if you wanna be somebody. I ain't you, and you ain't me. Talk about it. Rolling, 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 coming down these streets. All eyes on me. Just wanted to be famous. I'ma be that nigga, I'ma be that nigga. Word of everything, I'ma be that nigga. I'ma do it big, I'ma do it big. I can see it now, I can see the picture. You should take a photo, take the moment with you. Autograph my name, make it that much realer. Cause when I blow up, it's gonna mean something like a Michael Jordan rookie card in mint condition. Whoa, you gon' look at me like gold, I'ma look at me like, yo, you're finally famous. They all know your name like I walk with a name tag. Or copy my swag like they walk with a sketch pad. Maybe it's cause I'm one of the best out around the town with some of the best out. All of the pressed out, cameras flashing like chest out. I'ma be that nigga you ride, I'ma be that nigga for real. I'ma be that nigga you want, I'ma be that nigga you feel. Rolling with the top down, throw a couple bands out, screaming nothing in life for free. Gotta work hard if you wanna be somebody. I ain't you, and you ain't me. Talk about it. Rolling, rolling. To be famous. All these nights I've been scheming, all these nights I ain't sleeping. Man, I do it for the love, just to see the sun rise and repeat it. Wouldn't change it for anything, wouldn't change if I had a ring. Go hard like a diamond, already shining. Weezy F, you could keep the blade. Blinded by bright lights in the spotlight. Ignite your whole life off what I recite. Now I said it best, all I need is one mic. Spitting that shit and killing the flow. Jump in the crowd, riding the wave. Feels like I'm surfing, can't turn me down. Got fans in the crowd, and they all know my verse. I'ma be that nigga you ride, I'ma be that nigga for real. I'ma be that nigga you want, I'ma be that nigga you feel. Rolling with the top down, throw a couple bands out, screaming nothing in life for free. Gotta work hard if you wanna be somebody. I ain't you, and you ain't me. Talk about it. Rolling, rolling. To be famous.
What's good? It's the Butters Basic Show. I'm gonna play you guys some music from a young artist. Oh goodness, that was like a little horn. By the name of Cam, and he's a whole vibe, everybody.
I'm a whole vibe right now. Yeah. Know you're gonna dance like me. Yeah. I'm a whole vibe right now. Yeah. Know you're gonna dance like me. Yeah. I'm a whole vibe right now. Yeah. Know you wanna dance like me. Yeah. I'm a whole vibe right now. Yeah. Know you wanna dance like me. Yeah. I'm a whole vibe right now. Getting hype right now. Going on TikTok or IG live right now. Don't snap my moves. Okay, snap my moves. If you like my moves.
at Cam on Cam.
Cam's a whole vibe
That was
right now.
I know, isn't it so cute? These are the people you teach.
Yeah, I guess so. Some of the young kids, yeah. for
But
sure.
mainly you teach college students.
Yeah, that's kind of my main gig, teaching.
So are you like the professor in Power that does the sleazy stuff behind the doors?
Oh, the new,
Don't incriminate yourself.
Is that the new
I
power?
haven't seen the new Power yet.
Oh, sorry. Okay. He's not the sleazy professor from Power. He actually is an adjunct professor at BMCC. Shout outs to
Hey.
Julius Caranda. Where can they follow you?
It's funny. I'm not. I think I remember.
You're not
my
like a big
IG.
social media guy, right?
Nah.
Good. Don't follow him. We'll keep him to
Can we shout out to
ourselves.
his shirt with the legend Sade on it,
Oh, yeah.
whose name isn't really Sade, I found out as a 35-year-old adult. Her name is Helen. As a 35-year-old adult, I found out her name is Helen.
What?
Yes. Sade is the name of the group.
Wow. Okay.
Well, this is the platform for the unknown to get known. So if you didn't know that Sade's real name was not Sade, and the name of the group is Sade, like I would hate to be in a group and then everybody just name it after the head singer. It's
Right?
kind of
That'd be
fucked up.
But my whole
Like,
childhood is like ruined right
It's a
now.
whole band, then who you all talking about Sade? Like,
I be telling people like, yo, Sade's my twin. That means the group is my twin.
I'm done.
actually, it's really
So let's
Helen.
make sense out of this nonsense and introduce ourselves. Yo, sitting to the left of me, the
Hi,
best of me. Say
guys.
hello, Johnny.
Johnny, Peachy Sue's best friend over here. Just
Where
out
can
here
they find
chilling.
you?
Johnny G and stuff on IG.
Johnny G and
Johnny
stuff.
G, the letter N, stuff at IG.
Okay.
Bam.
Hey.
I am Peachy Suze, PeachiesUze. I am the anti-fuck girl. He's the fuck boy.
Oh my God.
Fuck Boy
Perfect-
Squad.
perfect
hey,
friendship.
FBS. Boom, 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 boom.
And sitting to the left of Peachy, the best of Peachy, is Cookie. Tell them where they can find you at, Cookie.
They speak by Cookie on all social media platforms.
What?
Okay, and sitting to the left of Cookie, the best of Cookie, today we've got guest Vanessa Smiles.
It's your girl Vanessa Smiles. Vanessa_Smiles with a Z, bringing smiles and good laughs.
Most
Hey.
definitely. And I'm so thankful, every show I always thank my ancestors for bringing us together and being able to breathe such a great air that we're all able to inhale and exhale together. It's almost as if we won't be owning these breaths anymore, fuck around with this
man.
government. Like, it behooves me to make it known that whether people think they've got their president sitting in a seat as yet or not, the next one, it's not like that until December 14th,
We
guys.
won't know. We won't know.
Yeah,
No, we
seriously,
don't all know.
Trump can sit here, refuse to concede, which is what he's doing now. Then it comes down to
He's
Supreme
golfing
Court.
right
It
now.
comes down to the House of Representatives. It comes down to all of that. And he
Shout out
doesn't
to AOC.
necessarily have to give up his position.
Do you teach anything about,
Politics?
government politics?
Yeah, I actually teach constitutional law.
Hey,
Okay.
okay.
So can you give us a little bit of insight on why a president is not actually a president until someone concedes and the legalities are bypassed?
I mean, I guess until
You know everything about
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
right?
From what I understand, right? So like until January, I mean, Biden's still the president elect. I guess it's
Not Biden, this guy, Amy
45. Trump.
No, president elect. No, so
Oh,
Trump
okay.
is president elect. Trump is
MAGA.
still the president. He's like, but he's fighting. He's not giving up because he's saying it's fraud, right? So I don't know. You guys remember like 2000? You had Al Gore and George Bush. That was like the
Yeah,
big
they were
thing.
fighting about
They
it,
were
too.
fighting about the votes. So he's essentially saying it's fraud. They need to recount. Essentially, I mean, I think he acknowledged today that Biden won, but he's saying that the votes are fraudulent. So he's going to try to fight it as hard as possible.
Dude, and did you guys happen to see a shadowy figure
Yeah.
talking on the
funny thing.
internet
It was
to
fake.
a newscaster? It sounded just like Trump. It's like
was fake.
we
It was
really
fake.
don't know what's real news anymore because
we
shit be
don't.
looking so real sometimes.
the
Like
You know what it
internet
is?
is
If you
fake.
remember, let's be honest with ourselves. Most people get their information from social media.
social media.
We don't actually go and do the research ourselves. We go on social media,
Speak for
we
yourself.
see something, then we click on another hashtag until we feel like we've gathered the evidence that we need to form the opinion that we're gonna have. Everything off social media is fake. everything on Google,
You sound like
Safari. No, but it is
Fake
though.
news.
I can't say that because honestly, sometimes there's a lot.
Use your mic, love.
Oh, sorry. There's a lot of things that happen in the media on our like CNN and Fox News and
And it
stuff
just
like
gets
that.
reposted.
No,
It gets
Fox News
reposted,
is
but
fake
then
news.
sometimes you'll go to the internet, and the internet will tell you the real story. You'll find some truth on the internet, on social media. So it's good to do your due diligence and to obviously research things thoroughly, so you can, you know, make the difference between what's actually true and what's actually fake. Find dates, find times, get as much research as possible to be sure that, okay, this is the actual truth.
And my thing is that whether you do the research or not, it seems like media is what sets the narrative for what people actually believe. So speaking of fact or fiction, we all know that back in like 1955, Emmett Till was lynched. And as of recently,
supposedly
there's a young
whistling.
man named Kwan. I believe his name is Kwan Charles.
Charles.
And
From Mississippi
his
or-
mother from Louisiana, yeah.
Louisiana, yeah.
And basically, they're saying that this young man was lynched. He's like 15 years old, and shout outs to the internet. I swear to God, they never. The internet
It's not
always
on-
wins.
it's not on
They
mainstream media.
show his
The picture.
his picture.
Yeah.
Just like they showed the
Sad.
autopsy pictures that got leaked. Like, yo, the internet is so despicable. You can
Because
find anything on there. Like, I bet you if you type in
Why
my
is that,
mom's
though?
vagina, all of a sudden you're gonna see your
because
birth
people do
pictures
it
with
all-
the placenta all over your
Not to
face.
say people do it for the clout,
People do
but
post that.
social media has taken over our lives. So the first thing you do, if we can all be honest with each other, the first thing you do when you open your eyes and wake up, you don't even pee first.
Your
You
phone
grab
is
your
on your
phone,
pillow next to you.
You grab your
like-
phone, you look at your social media, then you say, "Let me use the bathroom." That could be an hour,
Yo,
2
that is
hours
so
later.
crazy. Like training yourself,
Nah, I
and
pee
not to
first.
say that that's what you do necessarily, but if we train ourselves to become addicts to our phones, which is what they love, they read your, whether y'all believe this is fact or fiction, guys, but fact is they really do read your algorithms to figure out what to feed you next
Correct.
and how you're gonna eat mentally.
Because you're more than what you consume. If you watch Instagram videos and Facebook, you're consuming that information. So yeah, it's more than just like what you eat. You're consuming all that garbage.
Of course.
Is it possible to watch and not?
Use the mic.
Is it possible to watch something and not consume it? Because some people are just.
No.
Some people are just observers. Is it possible to just do that?
know
Can
why?
you smell something and not consume it? You're kind of like if you smell roses.
Think about
there are
this, right?
molecules that are getting inside of you.
Think
You're still
about-
consuming that.
Think about every video you've seen that sparked interest in you. Now, if you went and clicked on the comments and now you read more comments to find out more about
It's
it,
affecting you.
are you not
Yo,
consuming it?
comments is
But
almost
there's
like
dumb
fact
shit
Comment
checking.
y'all see
section.
on the internet,
Isn't
too.
it?
Y'all not
By the
Yo,
way, Peaches
when I-
is in like every
Hold on,
comment
guys.
on the shade room. Like every
No.
pic that I click on.
No, but
Peaches
when I
Suze.
want to find out something, I go to the comment section, right?
To see who believes.
No, not
Nah,
even
to
who believes.
see
To,
who's
to find
fighting.
out the real story. To find out the real story, because sometimes,
And it's not
You're
even
not gonna-
verifiable who's giving out the quote unquote
but
real
I
story.
can guarantee you, it may not be verifiable, but there's one person that really knows what's happening that's in the comments that's saying something, right?
And
Like,
you are gonna find that person,
That's
damn
her
it.
job.
I'm not gonna find them,
Damn
but
right.
like let's say
She
6
finds
o'clock.
them.
No, 6 o'clock this morning, right? So remember how you said Instagram knows your habits, right?
Yup. I
Instagram
didn't
must
say that,
know
by the
I
way.
look at gossip, right? Because remember on my show, I
she
always
does.
did the gossip of the week, right?
Uh-huh.
The latest gossip, King Von's death, right?
Ooh, tell us about it.
So now I'm on Instagram. They're showing me everything from Chicago.
What?
King Von this, King Von that. I go to the comments. Let me find out
What
more
happened in the
information.
comment section?
Every comment is Dirk's gonna kill his ops. This is happening. This is happening.
OTF on the way.
And all the other stuff. And there was something that I saw that piqued my interest when
What?
Polo G said,
What
listen,
he
the
said?
people who fuels these fires is the fans. Because the fans put so much negativity out and they make people beef.
So now you
that
gotta
these-
stand up on it. If you really about it, now if I'm OTF, I'm like, fuck it, I gotta shoot this nigga.
I gotta do exactly. So when you look
Yeah.
at these comments, you see all these, and they be young white fans from Minnesota who's like,
Yeah,
"Yo,
Billy, go
you better
shoot
go
them.
take out this
Go brick squad."
Seriously, they'd be like, "Quando Rondo, you about to, your last days are numbered."
Yeah, guys,
and-
it's really important for us to acknowledge the fact that if you know for a fact that a narrative is being set for what you consume, how come we don't consume something different? I'm
Positive.
glad that you're here because you have to see the
Wait, so you're
trend
not
as
glad
well
that
as
we
an
here?
educator, right? that can say what you see is what you give out. If you're, you guys weren't in here, but he's part of the Gentleman's Factory, which is a whole collaboration that
Senator Pierre, Samuel Pierre, the Haitian guy.
And
that's my guy.
and
Okay.
basically what you guys are trying to give out to the community is a different narrative.
Right.
So do you not think that you guys can create a new algorithm for people in person? Because the internet is not promised to you. It's not God,
It's not
everybody.
real.
Like the
It's not
internet is
real.
actually, please, if you're listening to this show, there's a couple people that I definitely want you to check out and be aware of. One guy goes by the name of Elon Musk, and another guy goes by the name of Jeff Bezos. Please,
Amazon
if you
and
can get
Tesla.
a chance to take a look at what these guys are doing. Guys, while we're all here on Earth
They trying to go to Mars.
doing this fuck boy, fuck girl, dumb shit that we are worried about. Not to say that the Black Lives Matter and everything that we are consumed with on the internet, these people are in the outer net. Listen to me. We are trapped in a matrix paying attention to things that are humanly, I would say humanly manipulated, while other people are exiting and going to a different realm of reality to leave you behind.
SpaceX.
Where do you want to put your mental state? If you want to have faith in each other, we've got to do better amongst each other. Don't be concerned with what everyone else and every other race is doing. I'm so sorry to call it like that, because the other races of people, they don't sit at home and wonder, oh my God, the little black boy got lynched, and thank God that's not me. Thank God that's not you. They're leaving, son. They're exiting, kid. Like, they don't want to be bothered with the peon business anymore, son.
But I feel like as Black people, we always have to have this discussion, because a lot of people feel, not even here in America, but across the world, Black people in America, y'all are so sensitive to race. And it's one of those things where it's something we live every day. Yes,
Let's keep it funky. And I love it when people say that we're so sensitive to race, but half the time, guys, more than half the time, we don't. A majority of Black people moving around don't have to be around. They're not even around white people like that. Y'all don't even associate with white people on a day-to-day basis unless you're going to work and chilling with white, Asian, or Indian people or other races of people. You're usually in communities that they were constructed to keep you guys in an area together. Let's keep it funky. So the issue now has to be how we deal with each other. Stop being concerned with what everybody else is doing, kid. That's a super fact.
But think about it. As a Black person, when you're born to always play catch up. You're born to always play catch up.
That's in this country. That's in this country.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In America, because technically we can only really speak on what we know. What we know is Black folks in America, right? What we know is what we see every day. We are not born into situations where everything is there for us. We're born in America as Black people to play catch up to white people who have been brought and born into white.
And you see, this is where we got the issue. Is like we keep on thinking about where they've placed us, when you got to separate your the key to success is be you know how to and it sounds crazy to say,
misconception, because everybody doesn't necessarily care. There's a lot of Black people in this country who is thriving, who's prospering,
and guess what?
What's happening
guess
around
what,
them.
Vanessa?
They're saying, like,
those people are not thinking about what the white man is doing, son. They're thinking about.
The problem with social media is they put something up as trending, and they want everyone else to think, Black people are feeling hurt.
But before they got
white
there,
people are racist. No, there's some Black people who live down south and they live amongst white people, and there's some Black people who work with white people who are racist white people. That doesn't stop them from doing what they've been doing.
And that's America.
But honestly, the ones that are thriving, did they get it easily, or did they have to break their back to get it? And that's all I'm saying.
I hear two different types of things going on.
Go ahead, Johnny.
I feel like on this side of the board, we have like the more, well, no, this side,
Make it
this
quick,
one
hon, the
side.
show's
No,
about to come to a
it's
close.
more or less like we're almost victimizing ourselves, and we're saying, "Hey, let's look at what other people are doing.
And
why
I'm
we're
trying
not
to,
here."
yeah, and I'm
You're
trying to show you
saying,
how not to
no,
victimize yourself.
Let's not look at black, white, yellow, red.
No, I'm saying let's look
further.
at our. No, I'm saying let's look at ourselves
Let's
on
look
our
at
own
me,
time.
on
Yeah.
my own
Yeah.
spectrum. Like, listen, let's look beyond all this nonsense, because we are getting caught up in nonsense, and it's slowing us down. If you literally just wake up and just say, "Hey, listen, I'm trying to get this green. I don't care what you're saying. Okay, cool. I'm black.
And that's
I'm
the,
this."
you know what's fucked up about that mindset right there? About I'm trying to go get this money. It's not your money to get, kid.
So who's money?
When they take away currency, fiat, when they take away actual handheld money, do you
It's
know how?
digital.
Let me just. I'm sorry to be ignorant for those who lie. I don't like to use this word, but it's real nigger shit. When they take away money, currency, what are y'all niggers gonna do?
Nothing.
What are y'all niggas gonna do?
Rob to get these Jordans. Let me joking.
I mean,
2 minutes.
this is wild as hell, and it's the realest talk that any of us could sit down and possibly have with each other, because we watch the Hoteps talk. We watch, you know, our
Nation.
politicians talk. We watch, you know, everyone that is a potential leader of, you know, you might look like, yes, this brother's talking positive. Yes, that sister's got it. Yes, Tamika Mallory,
all a
talk that talk.
distraction.
Yes, everybody talk that talk. What the fuck is everybody doing in their own community
Nothing.
to get themselves together? Stop waiting for
A handout.
a messiah. Please,
Second
we like
coming.
handouts, motherfucker. We
Right,
like
we
EBT.
do.
We like anything free that the government's gonna give right now, because when it runs out, yeah, we drained it out. Because guess what? We should have been creating our own government situation that will lead us beyond the destruction
We
that
don't
they've
get
created.
along with each other enough to do it. If more black people
I won't
supported
give power
black
to
people,
that.
no. If we supported each other more, the way we go out and support these Gucci, Louis, and all these,
Is that a real narrative,
If we
or is it fake?
listen, do you know how powerful the black dollar is? There's nothing more powerful than the
It
black
is
dollar.
very
Don't nobody spend more than the black dollar.
So then
if we
we
took
need
the
to-
black
so then
dollar
just
and
like-
put it, invest it back into
Okay.
our communities and ourselves, the damage we could do on white America and America or the world is crazy.
Ooh.
But we don't do that. We rather kill each other, shoot each other, and say, I'm better than you, than to sit there and uplift each other. And until we do that, we're going to always be where the fuck we are right now.
Well, shout outs to West Africa that actually said to France, fuck you and your money system. We're
Wait,
not going to
did
give
Haiti
you.
not do that first?
I mean, Haiti right now, hun, that's a
just
whole
saying.
nother boat, love,
Okay.
because right now they don't really
That
have
great migration-
the Haitian government
It's
go-
corrupt.
it is corrupt and
Beyond.
excuse me, they didn't oust France today. They didn't oust America today. They're still letting everybody UN like come in and fix them.
Supposedly.
So what? I'm giving a shout out to West Africa for telling the European nations, like, yo, we are about our own currency, and we're gonna make our currency rock. You know,
We'll see
like
how long
I,
that
you know,
lasts.
we'll see. You know, I wish them the best, and I hope to be a part of our Pan-African situation. I think the quicker that we all realize that the people we need to be paying attention to is us first, the quicker we'll solve our problem, especially when you know that this pandemic has been developed to destroy you. Stop giving your plasma out so that they could find out what could kill you faster the next wave.
The 23andMe, the genealogy test and all that.
Dude, did I get you here on some, did I fuck up your whole situation with teaching and shit like that? You came up with, you know, talking a bunch of stuff.
He's
like,
listening to the
you know,
masses.
This is, I mean, this is the realest that it's gonna get, y'all. This is the platform for the unknown to get known. You know, anger management for the diaspora. I thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope that you guys delve into what I said. Shout outs to you, Jeff Bezos. We see you. You got all of us driving your Amazon Prime. You see how many trucks do you see in a day?
A lot.
Too
They got
many.
good service,
you know,
man.
Too many.
Yo, all I'm saying is, guys, the same way that they are paying attention to themselves and where they're going next in the celestial body of the universe, make sure that you stay master of your own universe. All right? This is the Butters Basics Show. Follow us at Butters_Basics. My name is Butter. Follow me at Gazebo, GAZZEBO 11210. 2 Z's so you don't sleep, 11210, because I'm a Brooklyn girl all day, every day. Please give your handles, everybody.
Johnny G and stuff. Johnny G, the letter N stuff at IG.
All right.
Peachy Suze, PEACHIESUZE. Follow me. And Sunday's Brunch, 12 to 1 every Sunday on DTF Radio.
And I am FaceBeat by Cookie. Follow me on FaceBeat by Cookie on all social media platforms.
Vanessa.
And it's your girl Vanessa Smiles, Vanessa_Smiles. You can also follow me at Smile 69 Network Show, where we're on Mondays from 7 to 8 on YouTube.
Follow Quit While You're Ahead, guys. That's QUIT. You are while
Ahead.
All right. Julius, I think you're Mr. Community NYC.
Yeah, and then Uplift Communities is the name of the company.
Sorry to drag you into my my Blackadocious talks,
No worries.
but you know.
Oh, we're going to drag him back in, if you don't mind. I'm going to be like this. Come on my show of...
Hey, yo.
But everybody, thanks for tuning in. Peace out, Scout.